Hey everybody again, David Beers, owner of 39 Minute Workout, here today talking to you, taking you through this entire week, 6-part series about how to take care of your first 30 days using kettlebells. So today, right now, what we're going to work on is the proper kettlebell warm-up. It's great to just start a workout, but you don't want to just jump in with cold muscles and start swinging and pressing around heavy weights. I believe first we got to warm up our hips, our core, and our shoulders to be ready to start doing more aggressive workouts. And then in the coming days, I'm going to teach you the kettlebell swing next, and then we're going to get to it and we're going to start working out. So I hope you're excited. I know I am ready to help you burn some fat, get stronger, and learn kettlebells the right way. So without further ado, let's take you through a nice quick warm-up. This shouldn't take more than about 5 minutes to complete. All I need you to do is grab a single kettlebell or dumbbell for the warm-up. Everything else we're going to do with body weight, all right? So let's take you through these guys. First, we're doing probably the most important part we call cat-cow. It's a yoga posture. Because very often our spine is tight and we're sitting in that position both in cars or at work or even just with our cell phones, right? Ugly upper back posture. So cat-cow, we're going to start. We're going to get on all fours and you're going to tuck your tailbone and arch your spine. You're arching here at your chest level, and then you're going to untuck the spine the opposite direction, push out from your sternum, look up at the sky. Okay, let's do a bunch of those, and it helps if you breathe out, and in cow breathe in, and really try to arch that chest and upper back area. That's what we're going for. Not our belly button area, our upper back chest area. Okay, I'd say about 5 to 7 of these. Now, if you notice yourself really restricted in that, or if somebody takes a video of you and you notice you can't actually arch and move in your spine, we got to get that rib cage loosened up. We got to get that spine loosened up. It's going to help us have a safe core and back, okay? So next one is called bird dog. Now, what you're going to do is on all fours again, you're going to reach opposite arm and leg and then touch elbow to knee and control that core. I don't want you to do any funky moving like cat-cow. And I don't want you to just bluff, throw it out there. I want you to extend, squeeze your butt and your shoulder, and then touch. Give me 5 of those on each side. Okay, once you've done 5, then we're going opposite hand. Give me 5 again. So squeeze and touch, squeeze and touch. And if it helps keep your core tight, try to keep your abs a little tight while you do this so the motion's controlled. We want to work on balance, on waking the core, hips, and shoulders up. The next one, all right? This one I'm going to take a yoga pose, downward dog, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit and do the downward dog part into a pump. So first we're going to go push your heels down, push your up through your pumps, push your butt up to the sky and your chest down, okay? So again, chest down, butt up, heels down. And we're going to hold for only about 1, 2, 3. Now from there I want you to step. And if you can't step there, that's fine. We'll get you more limber in time. I want you to step close to the outside of this pump, all right? And what I'm doing, you'll see it more on the other side, is I'm stretching my left hip flexor. Again, we're only gonna hold for 3. So when I step this side, you can see, this is my target area for the stretch. This hip flexor area, it causes a lot of back problems, all right? So 1, 2, 3, now we go hips up, chest down. See if you can get a little deeper into it that time. And then we step. Pry that left hip flexor, or whichever one's back, and we step. Pry that hip flexor. Again, what we're doing is we're straightening that back leg and pushing the hip to the floor. If you feel it correctly, it's right in front of the hip we're going for. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last 1, 2, 3. Okay. From there, we're going to work our first strength piece for warm-up, and then we're going to do a little 30-second plank. Not too long, nice easy plank. And we want to work on great plank form, and that's we're going to be talking a lot. Remember my miracle 3 from my first video, right? Thrusters, planks, and swings. This is numero uno for our core. So plank, I want to see you on your elbow, and I want to see you with your butt nice and level and your tailbone tucked, okay? Anything where your hips are coming up or your belly button is sagging is going to hurt you or cheat the move. So here we go. If you're joining me, on your elbows and your toes, and go. And everything should look nice and even. I can see in the mirror what I'm not doing is this. Once you go to there, I'd rather have you just stop the plank than cheat, okay? Because the second you raise your hips up, you turn into a bad leg move. And we want it to work the core, okay? Keeping your butt tight and your tailbone tucked will help you really make sure that the core stays where it belongs. It's impossible to have your butt tight and your abs loose at the same time. Just a couple more seconds. The other piece I'll say to you is, when I see people doing push-ups and plank and they get their head all dropped like that, it drives me crazy. Please keep your head neutral. So when you're in a plank, let's imagine I'm down in a plank. I want your head here never dangling like that. It makes you weak, it adds neck problems. All right. The next one is weird. It's called a glute bridge with alternate leg raise. This is not gonna seem like it's doing all that much, but I promise you there's some magical mystery stuff happening in your core here. So you're gonna put your feet close to your butt, you're gonna get your hips up in the air, and now alternating without holding with my arms, I'm gonna raise my hip and then lower my hip, nice and controlled. And what I'm going for when I raise my hip is that my hip doesn't drop at all. So I'm keeping my belly button high, and I'm gonna raise and touch. And notice how my hips stay totally square to the ceiling and up the whole time. You may find on one of these sides that you wanna drop. That's a good sign that we need to fix this, okay? So let's just do like wherever you are, 3 more each side. Okay, keep the hip high and square to the ceiling. Great, and we'll sit down, and now we're going to a standing position. We've done everything we're gonna do on the floor. Now we're gonna do a couple things involving kettlebells, including a little warm-up I call Goblet Squat preacher curl. Now, I will upset weightlifting purists sometimes because I'll call things alternate names. A preacher curl is when you put your arms up on like a 45-degree angle block and you do curls. Well, I like to make the preacher curl out of our own body. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with and you should just grab your press weight, all right? You're gonna hold the handle here with your elbows down. That's called Goblet Squat, okay? So we're gonna start by squatting down to our knee and straight back up. So give me 3 of those, and nice and slow. And if you can't get to your knee, you can't get to your knee. Now on the 3rd one, I want you to drop the bell and curl back up. Notice where my arms are sitting, on my inner thigh. If your squat isn't great, meaning you pitch forward like this, and we'll work on that, I'll help you do that in other how-to videos. If that's your squat, what I'd recommend is do your 3 squats, and then in the standing position, pin your elbows to your ribs and do 3 curls, okay? So let's repeat that. Let's do this 2 rounds through, okay? I'm 3 squats, 3 curls, twice through. 1, 2, and 3. This is a nice tall squat that I want to see. Elbows on the inner part of my thigh. I'm keeping my posture really tall. Again, if you can't be in this position, then stand up and do it, all right? So that's 1 round. Let's do 1 more round. 1, 2, and 3. On the 3rd one, we're gonna hold that position. My chest is up, my eyes are up, and from there, I'm gonna do 3 curls. Again, this should be your press weight. You might be able to curl and squat more than that, but we're gonna start light for now, okay? Next one is called a halo. Now, halo typically is over top your head. We're gonna do this around your head, right? So we're gonna grab this bell upside down this time. We don't hold it like this often. And we're gonna go from my chest, around my head, back to my chest. That's your halo. What I'm not doing is moving my head, right? I'm just going around like that. So let's do 5 in each direction, okay? Doesn't matter which direction. I'm going to the right. 2, 3. Notice I pause and tap the chest each time. 4 and 5 in reverse directions. Around the head. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And all we got left is, if you know it, 1 set of light kettlebell swings. So normally I'd say 25 and up. Right now, whatever your press weight is, we're just thinking warm up. If you don't know the swing, you're in good luck. Tomorrow we're gonna teach it to you. All I wanna see is 10 light swings. And because it's light, what we're working on right now, we've just woken everything up, is getting into that nice deep position and then really whipping that kettlebell swing out, okay? So I really want to see you getting your chest to the floor, eyes looked straight ahead. Okay, so we're gonna go 10 swings. So I'm working really on my depth and then pop with the hips. 5, and 10, putting it down with good posture. That's everything, we'll talk about that tomorrow. So that's your quick little warm up. I didn't time it, but I don't think it took more than 5 minutes. If it did, it's because of talking. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Now your body is ready to work out. And we'll be taking you through that. Tomorrow we're teaching the kettlebell swing. After that, you're gonna get 3 kettlebell workouts. We're gonna start your first 30 days of kettlebells off the right way. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.